had no particular recognition of the difficulties, except I had to run as hard as I could for the tape, and gradually felt fatigue ascending my legs. I knew I must be close, but was not at all certain. I don't think I was aware of what the impact might be until we got the early newspapers at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
10 years after it happened, the 4-minute mile was still very, very much something that everyone spoke about. I remember as a kid running behind a car when I was 14, getting someone to drive a car at 15 miles an hour so I could actually understand what it meant. I tried all my career to break 4 minutes, I failed. And I think if I'd broken a 4-minute mile, that would have meant as much to me, almost as breaking the world record did in the 10,000 metres.
1976 was, Steve Ovett was the best middle distance runner. He won both the 800 metre and the trial, and the 1500 metres. It was pretty clear he was going to be something special.
1979 really was, Seb Coe's first cataclysmic year, because he broke 3 world records, inside 41 days, I think it was. And he became the first man ever to hold the 800, 1500 and mile records.
The 80 Olympics were really the pinnacle, mainly because you had Ovett and Coe dominating the world, really. And of course you had Cram waiting.
So if you go back to Coe and Cram, it almost didn't matter how they felt, allegedly, how they report, they would still win the race, because mentally everyone else on the start line was thinking, I'm running for second place.
And there were other athletes around that time who were very, very good and would have been top British athletes were it not for those 2 or 3 athletes, and they would still be top British athletes today.
Once you say you're a 1500 a miler, then they start talking about the Coes and the Crams. Yeah, it's unavoidable, really.
Their names had such magnetism towards them. When you saw them on the start list, they were real, genuine superstars that everyone knew in and out of athletics.
I knew about the world records and the fact that in that era, the news on the TV would be interrupted, or whatever program was on would be interrupted to bring the latest world record news from, and it was usually from Oslo or wherever Ovett and Cram and Coe were racing.
The generation before mine has had that expectation that we should be doing the things that they did, and it's been a little while now since we've had someone kind of step up to that mark. So if someone does, I think it'll bring back all those kind of memories that other people have from when they were younger, watching those great performances. People want to see someone doing well in 1500.
And you're very aware of that history because everyone wants you to be able to achieve what those guys achieved. And people always ask me whether there's lots of extra pressure because of that. There's pressure from the press and the expectation that people want us to achieve what they achieved, but at the same time, they were just British guys.
It's definitely nice to think that not just me and Badders, but the other guys coming through can keep pushing each other and to get onto really the world stage and be in a position where we could go into a race like the Olympics or the World Championships and think, realistically, we've got a chance of doing some damage here.